I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Hathor, Isis, Diana. Hello, this is Tammy Taylor, your Manifestation Muse, welcoming you to your Aquarius New Moon reading. This is all planets go time. Important time for you, important time for me. The planets have been retrograde for most of 2018, and now finally there's a thrust toward what we are seeding this year for 2020. Now, before we get into all of that, the reason why the Aquarius new moon is so important all the time, even when planets are retrograde, but now we have all direct, so it's even that much more important, right? Aquarius new moon is all about sharing what we came into the world to share with it. It is such a huge energy that supports our purpose for incarnation. It, in fact, really does buoy our dharma, our energy that connects us to others, that gifting that we have through that energy of Aquarius. Now, of course, here we talk about the Western moon signs as they relate to our emotions, our ego, the solar energy, the earth-centric astrology of the tropical Western perspective. And that is the aspect of ourselves that is reactionary. It's our conscious thoughts for the most part, for those of us who are in tune with Great Mother Speaks, but for other people it may be a very, very unconscious process. Here, when we talk about unconscious process, we're using the Vedic astrology, the lunar astrology. It is moon-centric. It is cosmologically oriented, and it is the soul astrology. The Vedic astrology is karmic. It is based on what the soul purpose is. It is not limited to North Node, South Node, or 12th house. It is the entire chart laying out what the soul came here to do and how it came here to do it. Now, of course, both birth charts are defaults. We do have the power, because we're spiritual beings, of free will choice. Once our conscious awareness of who we are is activated, and here we know that we are first and foremost dearly loved divine children of the Great Mother, Father God. That's who we are, who are never judged, condemned, or left alone. We're never judged or condemned. There are consequences for our actions. That is karma. And we're never left alone. Our angels, guides, and ancestors are always with us, guiding us, protecting us, helping us to stay in alignment with that dharma, helping us to work out that karma in loving, joyful ways as much as we can stand, as much as we can receive. And so we are here to receive our divine identity. As this channel is designed, it has come forth through the inspiration of Great Mother to speak directly to her children most alienated and estranged from her unconditional love due to our birth mother experience. And my area of life coaching is the specialization of what I coined mama drama trauma. It is a condition in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself onto her child, causing emotional and or physical trauma. Now, in cases where the mother is unable, unwilling, or unavailable to heal her own mama drama trauma, because it is a cycle, it is a pathology, it is a family cycle. She is unable to break it, unwilling, or
unavailable. She may have transitioned into another life, She may just not be available for other reasons, addictions, all of these other symptoms of mama drama trauma associated with this dis-ease. It's a planetary disorder. And when we do not have that bond to support our own healing through her or through other maternal figures, we learn to live in loving detachment. Now, that's a difficult thing to do, and it is something that is only achieved, to my knowledge, by going through the dark night of the soul, which is why Dorothy is our narrator, our narration, our narrative that we use here to illustrate what that dark night of the soul journey is along that yellow brick road and ultimately through the dark forest, which leads her back home by reclaiming her power, taking that broom, that phallic symbol back that Great Father symbolized by Oz told her she would have to do for herself. Now, the three, the Scarecrow, the Lion, and the Tin Man, those in our family, those in our lives, in our environment, our neighbors, our friends, our co-workers, in our world are but reflections of us, aren't they, along our yellow brick road? And Aquarius invites us to look very closely at who our mirrors are in our lives at this time, to give us the downloads that we need in order to clearly move forward along our road, along our life's purpose, so that we can share what we have to give, as Dorothy did with the three. Even in her weakness, she was able to share, even if it was just her journey, because it was something that would add something unto them. They all needed help. And don't we on the planet? We all need help. A huge issue that is coming to the fore universally right now is the environment. And the environment is a variant energy of Great Mother Gaia. A healthy planet, though, necessitates a healthy inner world, which is why Great Mother energy is coming forward so powerfully at this time with Cancer in the North Node. At this time of this reading, Cancer is where Rahu is in the Vedic astrology as well. Vedic astrology precedes Western astrology by 26 degrees. And so this is a very fortuitous time for connecting with that inner love, that inner wisdom. Because in the Vedic astrology in April, end of March, April, the energy will be shifting into North Node Gemini, South Node Sagittarius, and we will continue on with it for the duration of this nodal transit. So, if a healthy planet necessitates a healthy inner world, then a healthy perception of the world outer, the Aquarian energy that's coming forth, ruled by Uranus in the Western, the innovation, the creativity, it's beyond creativity, it's inventiveness. It's that spark of eureka that comes from the soul. If that is to be fully healthy and integrated, our inner world, what that energy is, that Capricorn energy is, beside it is also important. Sidereal soul sign. And right now that Capricorn energy is hosting the South Node, or K2 at this time, the release position of this nodal transit. It's time to let go. And hasn't Great Mother set us up for this huge let go at this time with the eclipses that have marked both of our new moon readings since the beginning of this year, with a partial solar eclipse for the new moon reading in January and the full moon reading a total lunar eclipse. So are you ready for your Aquarius new moon reading? Capricorn in the sidereal. I hope you are. because these eclipses have set us up for the innovation that we're ready for, that we need at this particular time. Remember, full moon readings that you just had were and are about the climax of the lunar cycle. So the lunar cycle has already climaxed with that total lunar eclipse. We have now come down decrescendo to this balsamic new moon period, where the downloads have come from your Vedic moon sign, and you have a sense of how to realign, reassess your new moon intentions moving forward, and to ask from your ego mind, your emotional mind, to align with it through these new moon wishes, your aspirations going forward. So enjoy your readings. Hello, Scorpio moon sign people. In the sidereal, more than likely, most of you will be Libra in your soul sign. Vedic astrology, a few of you will be Scorpio in both. So you might want to check out your adjacent Sagittarius video, because that is Scorpio in the sidereal. Now, I want to point out, new moon videos are for conscious ego soul alignment, an intention setting. Okay. And so it's about intentions that are being set with the new moon wishes by your awareness through these messages from Great Mother of what the soul is doing at this particular time. And how we know that based on your moon sign is through your Vedic moon sign. And so that's why we want to let you know that if you go down and look at the information, do your calculations, and your Scorpio in the sidereal, you want to look at that Sagittarius, okay? Because it's really important to distinguish between intuition and emotion. I know people confuse it all the time. They confuse the gut chakra with intuition and all of that. And for good reasons. That is for another conversation. It's not a condemnation or a judgment. It's just that here it's important to distinguish, because the gut chakra, and we're talking chakras, we're always talking about Vedic astrology, is ruled by Mars, which is your traditional ruler. In the Vedic astrology, of those of you who are also Scorpio in the Vedic. Okay, so these distinctions are very important, because it's your Vedic astrology tells you how your soul downloads information. So if you're Scorpio in the sidereal, ruled by Mars, it downloads very precise information, and that's different than how your Libra, for most of you in the soul sidereal astrology, is ruled by Venus, the heart chakra, the crossroads between the ego and the soul. And so there may be a sense of a great deal of clarity for you as well, because it is heart chakra, but it's going to be more emotional as opposed to visionary information that tends to come from Martian Scorpio Vedic energy. So saying that to say, new moon wishes, these readings are to support very clear, specific intentions to work with these very specific energies that are operating at this time. And at this time, this new moon is conjunct Mercury in your fourth house. Since we're dealing with mama drama trauma, fourth house energies dealing with a mother, dealing with feelings of home with lunar energy is extremely important, especially with this being the Lunar New Year. It is celebrated in most Eastern cultures and acknowledged in one way or another, particularly most people know in the Chinese New Year. It's the year of the pig, actually, this year, I believe. And so internal maternal issues or emotional issues associated with the mother, traumas here we're talking about, but also feeling at home. Dorothy is the poster child for mama drama trauma. So that feeling of home that she was wanting, self-care, self-soothing. In the center of your spread, your significator card, we have Mother Mary here. This is the Law of Divine Father card. All the divine law cards are Great Father cards. He is the law, the word, the logos, and they're all third quarter moon cards dealing with release and letting go. That is how MDT is healed. It is a grieving process. It's a 6-step process, in fact, modeled after the acronym ASPIRE. A for acknowledge. We have to first acknowledge, then we self-inquire about our blame, shame, and guilt issues around the